Hey lovely ladies, welcome back to my yoga channel. I am Jo Yoga, and today we are thinking about happiness and creating that in our lives and knowing that we have the choice to be happy. And so for yoga practice to support this, we are going to be working on the hips, because as a busy woman you will hold tension in your hips. As a mother, you will hold tension in your hips. When you're running here, there and everywhere, and you're meeting friends and you're socializing, or you are a runner, or you are a dancer, or you do aerobics or anything, you will hold tension in your hips. So there is a lot of tension to be held in those hips. So it's really important that we relieve that tension, and especially as women, because of our whole reproductive system, and there's so much energy around the hips and the uterus and our whole pelvic region. We really want to be able to release that out, release any hidden emotions, any held energy locks, because remember that anything that happens to you in your life, any experience, any emotion, we hold that as a cellular memory in the body. And because we're no matter how busy you are, we do a lot of sitting in our lives, so it kind of all congregates at the hips. So we're going to release that a little bit out today. So I want you to start by just bringing your soles of your feet together into butterfly pose. And if you need a couple of blocks underneath your knees to support them, then by all means get those, or some cushions. Have your spine nice and tall, and just bring your hands to support your feet. So get your thumbs and take your thumbs into the soles of the feet, and just gently start to turn the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, as if you're reading your favourite book and you're just opening them up. And just close your eyes and take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just gently push those knees further out and down. And again, breathing in. Breathing out, push those knees out and down. And again, breathing in. Breathe out, push those knees down. And breathe in. Breathe out, push the knees out and down. Open the eyes. We're going to take the legs out wide to a wide angled seated position. Now we're not trying to get the legs into the splits or anything like that. We're just getting them to a point where you feel at that opening, you feel that slight discomfort, not pain, but a general, a bit of like, oh yeah, that's my limit, but I can still breathe and I can still move. You're going to take your hands down onto the legs, really stretch the spine up tall and push those heels away from you. Close your eyes and just envisage those hips just releasing and relaxing with your breath. And take your right arm up to the sky, stretch up high. And as you breathe out, come down over your left leg, opening up the side, the right side of the body. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, sit up tall. And then breathe in, take your left arm up. Stretching up first. As you breathe out, come over towards the right. Stay here for a breath. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, sit up tall. And now pull the tummy in, pull the muscles of the legs up, and just bring yourself forward into a wide angled forward fold. We're not trying to get our head curled down. If you with a flat spine can get down to the floor, fine, go for that. But keep your knees and your toes pointed to the ceiling. Or if you're slightly more solid in the hips, like I am, they're not particularly bendable, my hips, they don't have that much movement. I am comfortable here with a straight spine, my heart projecting forward, and I can feel that deep, deep opening and deep release. Breathing here, breathing, breathing, breathing. legs in, and we're going to come onto our hands and knees, coming into a wide knee child's pose. So the toes touch, the knees are wide, and just sit your bottom back, stretching those arms out, melting your heart down towards your mat. Deep breaths. And then lifting yourself up onto your hands and knees, and we're going to bring our right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. So hands just framing the foot. You can have the back knee down on the floor, face yourself towards the right way your right foot is pointing, and just sink those hips down, lift up your heart and chest. And we're going to plant the left hand down into the mat. We're going to take the right hand up to the sky and twist. And bring the arms down. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. And you're going to take your right foot just like to forward out to the side, onto the side of the outer edge of your right foot, and bring yourself down into lizard pose. If coming down onto the elbows doesn't suit you, you can stay up on the hands, that's okay, but just make sure that your hips aren't sinking too low down to the floor. You don't want to be right down on your left side, you want to be up a little bit, and you should really feel that opening in the outside of the right. Breathe deeply here and think fluid, motion, release, loose. And slowly pushing up onto the hands, bringing the sole of the right foot back onto the floor, curling the toes of the left foot under, and lifting yourself up into a pyramid pose here. And lifting yourself all the way up, and we're going to come into a twisted triangle. See, even yoga teachers lose their balance. A twisted trikonasana. So you're going to bring your left arm forwards, and then you lower it down to the floor, right hand up to the ceiling. Fluid, motion, release and loose. Bring those hands back down, and we're going to swivel round to the other side, so we can do the same on the left leg. So coming down to a low lunge, first of all, shine your heart and chest forward. Drop those hips towards the floor, feeling that release in the front of the right hip. Deep breathing. And then planting the right hand down, taking the left arm up to the ceiling. And then bringing the hand down to the inside of the left foot. Let the foot fall out to the side, coming onto the outside edge of the left foot, and bring yourself into lizard. Coming all the way back up. Curling the toes of your right foot, coming up into pyramid pose. And on this side we're going to take twisted triangle or revolve triangle. So we bring the right arm forward, down to the ground, looking at the left hand up in the sky. And bring that all the way down. Coming down onto your bottom, and we're going to do a cow face posture. So with this, you have, it's like a deep crossing of the legs. You have one leg underneath the other. I like to use the front of my mat as a guide, because what you want is you want your heels in line with each other, and you're trying to get your knees one on top of the other as well. And then you're sitting up tall like so. Close your eyes. And deep breathing, and you can probably, I feel that already, it's a very, very deep stretch in the hips. And then you're going to bring your hands forward and just bring yourself forward into a little forward fold over these crossed legs. We're going to switch the legs over, so doing a nice big movement with the legs, switch those over again, make sure those heels are in line with each other, and come forwards. Release, fluid, motion, loose, loose, loose. And coming up, and coming down onto your back. So we're going to take our legs out, bring your right knee into your chest, and grab hold of your big toe in a yogic toe knock, ideally. So you're pushing on your big toenail, you've got your index finger and your middle finger wrapped around the toe, and we start to straighten that out. Now, if your leg doesn't go completely straight, that's okay. We're going to take it out to the side because we're working on the hips, not the flexibility of the back of the leg. So you're just taking it as far as you can, opening up that hip with also a little stretch in the back of the leg. Breathe into that release and bring it back to the centre and swap to your left leg. And then bring it back to the centre. We're going to bring the legs into butterfly pose or cobbler's pose and just relax back. Bring those heels as close to your groin as you can and let those knees fall out to the side. You can use your hands here just to ease your inner thighs open. And just let yourself go heavy. And then straighten the legs, just letting everything fall. Letting yourself just relax, feel that energy around your hips. And you can stay here for as long as you want in your relaxation. I'm going to slowly come all the way back up by bringing my knees into my chest. Coming all the way back up to sit in an easy pose. Just let yourself be still. Allow, 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 release. Fluid, motion. Feels so good just to get some mobility into those hips and to release any of that tension. It's been a pleasure doing yoga with you this morning or this afternoon, whenever it is that you're doing it, but I'm videoing it in the morning. If you want any more from me, please subscribe. The details are coming up next. And I will see you again.